So back in the 1900s, Russia wasn't always the cool kid on the block with all these Soviet memes to prove it. In the early 1900s, Russia was large, but that was pretty much it. Its economy was in shambles as it still practiced serfdom, and the Industrial Revolution hadn't really hit. Plus, you also had Tsar Nicholas II running the country. I mean, this dude went to Britain and America and was apparently impressed with the freedom and representation given to its people, yet he never made any move to reform Russia's government. Plus, he lost the war to Japan. So, with that defeat under his belt, Nick decided to join in on World War I, because you know, all his cousins were doing it too. Never mind the fact that all the three enemy nations are at your border, and two of them control your access to the Atlantic Ocean. So yeah, Nick grew quite unpopular with his people the more the war grew on. Don't blame him though, he was just trying to live up to his father's expectations. Why do so many famous leaders have daddy issues? Anyway, Nick finally came to his senses after revolts in 1905. He issued the October Manifesto, which was supposed to create civil rights in some sort of parliament called a Duma. However, this was only for show, and Peter still did whatever he wanted. Then the revolution of 1917 finally ousted the Romanos, Nicholas and his family, from power. However, what came next was awkward. You see, you had the Constitutional Democrats on one side, who basically wanted a British-style government, and on the other side you had the Soviets, who wanted communism. At first they stayed together under the provisional government, but when Lenin returned and declared all power to the Soviets, Kerensky, the moderate leader, kicks him out of Russia. Well, Lenin didn't like that, and in October he would secretly return and rally support until by the end of the month, the Soviets had seized the Winter Palace and took control of the country. And from that day forward, Russia became the Soviet Union. In all honesty, Russia never really changed, and to this day hasn't. The Russian Revolution basically created just another Tsar, Stalin. Only this time he had an industrialized Russia under his belt. Now with Putin, you still have the aggressive Russia, still led by one man supported by powerful oligarchs, only this time he has his stock supply of nukes to keep him a relevant threat. Thank you guys for watching, and remember to subscribe.